What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another one. And I've been saying this, you guys. I've been saying it looks like President Trump is gonna get railroaded, and he's definitely getting railroaded in New York. Now, in Florida, things are different. They're a little. It's a different case. The DA or any hasn't been super like. Well, I'm not gonna even try to front. They're trying to railroad him everywhere. Okay, now Florida, it looks a little like they're a little less rabid, but they're still rabid nonetheless. So they're still in the rabid category. They're just not as rabid. So what a great place to be in for him, right? He's screwed, dude. I think that they're gonna try to do as much as they can to hurt this man, one way or the other. They're gonna try to hurt this man, because if this doesn't work, and let's say he doesn't become president in November, dude, I think they're gonna do more against him. I mean, look at the New York case. The New York case is bullshit. The New York case is something that never should have happened, really, because there was no victim. Not even the state of New York was a victim. But they want to act like that the real estate dealings that he did, and the loans and all that, they were fraudulent. Even the bank was made whole. They just ruled a summary judgment against them, and they screwed him. But hopefully that gets overturned on appeal. But like the famous Andrew Bronca says, unfortunately, appeals are for losers. It's very sad, dude. But it is what it is. Let's hope that he gets some justice, man, because this does seem to be a two-tier justice system, and it only seems that if you're a Democrat or a liberal, or at the very least pretending to be, that it seems that that's the only way that you get a fair shot, or definitely preferential treatment. Judge urged to reject Trump's motion to dismiss classified docs case. A group of lawyers and ex-government officials argued against Trump's motion to dismiss, which argued that Jack lacks the authority to prosecute the case. The judge presiding over former President Donald Trump's classified documents case in Florida granted a motion on Wednesday for an amicus brief, urging the court to reject his request to dismiss the indictment. And an amicus curiae brief, a group of former prosecutors, elected officials, other government officials, constitutional lawyers, and organizations urged Judge Aileen Cannon to reject the former president's motion to dismiss on the grounds that special counsel Jack Smith was unlawfully appointed and improperly funded. The improperly funded thing is such a good argument, but at the end of the day, man, against judges, man, you can go, hey, look, I think you should recuse yourself because this, and this, and then it's up to them to be honest, and say, yes, you're right. I shouldn't be in this. There's a conflict of interest or whatever. And I haven't seen any type of judge take any type of integrity, because all of the places that are prosecuting President Trump, they seem to all be liberal, or at the very least swing liberal or leftist or whatever you want to call it, and that's why they're getting screwed. Now in Florida, it's a little different because we have kind of been going red, lately. So it could go either way. We'll see. We'll
Something went
see.
wrong. Try again
The
in 2
argument of
seconds.
attorneys Matthew Seligman and Christina Alonso, and I apologize for that. I have no idea what the hell that's about, representing the group, hinges on whether Mr. Smith was duly appointed as an inferior officer under powers granted to Attorney General Merrick Garland by the Appointments Clause of the U.S. Constitution to appoint officials to detect and prosecute crimes against the United States. Defendant Donald J. Trump, President. That's Defendant President Donald J. Trump. Say it right. And his Amici contend that the appointment of special counsel John Jack Smith is unlawful. That contention is demonstrably incorrect, their brief reads. The attorneys argue the U.S. Constitution and laws enacted by Congress unmistakably establish the lawfulness of special counsel Smith's appointment. In February, President Trump filed several motions to dismiss the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case, arguing that, amongst other things, Mr. Smith lacks the authority to prosecute the case. Yeah, but he's got apparently the authority to persecute the man. It's very sad, the whole thing, because this should not be happening to any former president. This is bullshit. This case is especially bullshit because, as people know, A president has the right to declassify anything. So anything in his possession, he could declassify it, or he could have declassified it, and it doesn't matter. So they didn't do anything to the Clintons when the Clintons were, pretty much stealing everything in the White House that wasn't nailed down. Obama did the same thing. Biden, hopefully when he gets out of office in November, will probably do the same thing. Biden did do the same thing with the classified documents, and nothing happened to him. And he was a vice president. And then that's why I say that there's a two-tier justice system. Not to mention that they just outright hate Trump, right? I mean, let's just get it clear. They hate his ass. That they just want as much bad to happen as possible. Attorneys for the former president contend that neither the U.S. Constitution nor Congress had officially established a special counsel's office, rendering Mr. Smith's appointment invalid. At this moment, they're just trying to, do whatever to whatever sticks. See, hopefully something sticks, because this shouldn't be happening in the first place. That's my opinion. That's a lot of people's opinions. But damn, dude, like, this is insane what's going on. Furthermore, they argue that the special counsel's office is being funded off the books by the Biden administration. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. The Biden administration has already weaponized, the IRS. So why wouldn't they, just like Obama did? So why not do it again? The motion, which cites the appointments clause, argues that the Attorney General did not have the authority to appoint a like-minded political ally as special counsel without Senate confirmation. At most, Mr. Smith is an employee and not an officer under the statutes Mr. Garden cites in making his appointment, the former president's attorneys argue. President Trump's lawyers argue that the only remedy is to dismiss the superseding indictment. Following the filing of these motions to dismiss, the court granted 3 amicus curiae briefs in March filed in support of President Trump's motion to dismiss. The court found those briefs brought the court's attention to a relevant matter that may be of considerable help to the court in resolving the cited pretrial motions. But in their brief filed on Wednesday, Mr. Seligman and Ms. Alonso argue that the former president's motion to dismiss makes arguments that are wholly without merit, and that the 3 amici briefs supporting the former president's motion to dismiss are mutually inconsistent in their positions. Among the amnesty briefs was a filing by Texas law professor Josh Blackman, who argued in Match that Mr. Smith's temporary position is at most a mere employee, making his actions unlawful. Mr. Smith, has described himself in a brief as an inferior officer of the United States. Yeah. Simply being appointed by a department head does not elevate that position to the status of an inferior officer of the United States. Indeed, the mere fact that a person is appointed by the head of a department does not make that position in office at all, Mr. Blackman wrote. That's true. We've seen it in the past. Just because you got the job doesn't mean that you're an officer of anything, dude. He argued that Mr. Smith's position as special counsel is not continuous, as precedent requires, and therefore he cannot be in office of any type. In this case, Mr. Smith's actions are as a notionally independent United States attorney are beyond the scope of what the Supreme Court has permitted, and therefore his actions are unlawful, the law professor wrote. The Appointments Clause stipulates that all federal offices, except for the president's, must be established by Congress and appointed with the advice and consent of the Senate. President Trump's motion to dismiss argues that there is no such statute establishing the office of special counsel. This is so true, dude. This is so true, but at this point, I'm like, do you guys know the psychological term learned helplessness? And it's basically you just get beat down and beat down and beat down. You learn to, it's like it says, you learn to be helpless. It's like when you're at an NBA game and your team's like 30 points behind, you're like, well, this game's over. I guess I gotta wait till the next game because they got their ass whooped. That type of thing. That's kind of how I feel, you guys. That's really how I feel right now, because it's just been one bullshit blow after another bullshit blow, dude. And it's been crazy, dude. Let's see. As a result, the former president's motion reads, because neither the Constitution nor Congress have created the office of the special counsel, Smith's appointment is invalid, and any prosecutorial power he seeks to wield is ultra virus. meaning beyond his authority. Ah, thank you. I figured from context, but thank you for clearing that up. Mr. Smith's brief has dismissed these arguments as confused contentions, stating the court should promptly reject this legally unsupportable challenge to the special counsel's authority to prosecute Mr. Trump. I should say persecute, and it's President Trump. Have some respect, dog. Like, for real, bro. See, this is this is the type of shit that makes me not want to respect Democrats, like, at all. When it's a Democrat president, I'm just gonna start saying their name. Just be like, yeah, Joe Biden, dude. Crooked Joe Biden, dude. Because this is bullshit. Pisses me off, man. Let's see. Judge Cannon gave President Trump's lawyers and special counsel until April 17th to respond to the amicus brief. Hopefully if I was them, I would wait until April 16th or 17th, to kind of delay things and hopefully get him, closer and closer to November, if you know what I mean. Mr. Garland appointed Mr. Smith as special counsel on November 18th, 2022, to prosecute federal crimes arising from the investigation into President Trump's handling of classified documents seized from his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. The Epoch Times contacted Mr. Smith's office and President Trump's attorneys for comment. If you think that Mr. Smith's office is going to give a comment, Epoch Times, I know you guys are just going through the motions, aren't you? Because that guy's not going to respond to you guys. He's not going to respond to anybody that's not a leftist. And the Epoch Times are admittedly conservative. Anyways, guys, thank you for staying with me this long. If you can, like, share, subscribe, comment, I appreciate all those things. Please join the flock. We're a lot of fun. We got a Discord. Check out our Discord. It's in the information below. But for now, you guys, be safe, be good to one another, and stay based.